So what happened to marriage by Ho Math? Let's get into it. So what happened to marriage? What did happen to marriage? Well, marriage is fucked because there is a huge power imbalance because divorce is always helpful towards the ladies, not really like beneficial to the men. The men are always usually getting punished from yeah, paying alimony to child support to uh struggling to even like get access to your children. It's like a horrendous gamble. And yet I still do want to get married.
I have a question for the men. Do you guys still want to get married?
By the way, this chick is a grifter. Cause she actually has an OnlyFans. So she only does this. She does like very pro men content. She is what is actually a pick me. Cause she does very pro men content to lure men to her OnlyFans. Just so you guys know when you come across this lady, because that's what she does.
I think what you're asking is, do you want to be married? And I think that a lot of men would say, yes, I do want a partner to spend my life with. But when you say, do you want to get married? I'm not sure if you're keeping in mind all these extra steps that come before and the possible ones after.
I like the drawings. That's interesting. I really like the drawings.
Guy living in a cardboard box with his ex-wife in his house with other men. You have to keep in mind that happens with roughly 1/3 of new marriages, and that's only for the men who have the opportunity to get married, which is contingent upon a bunch of steps that have changed quite a bit over the years. So, in order to get married, you have to date, and in order to date, you have to work and make money, and in order to work and make money, you have to go to school.
So all of these things got way worse for men. Because in order to get work, you have to go to school. School, however, is really hard on boys because school has been very tailored now towards the girls. Which obviously is an issue because a lot of men nowadays they drop out of school because first of all they can't keep up anymore, and second of all, it's kind of like not worth it. You get me? Because like you finish school, you get out of school, you start working in a dead end job, and then you're fucked. Pretty much. There is no incentive to actually get through school successfully to get a job.
And men have been facing a lot of new difficulties in all of these.
And then we go to work, where DI is very helpful towards women to the point where we have illegal programs that only want people that are either women or anything else, but not if you're like a man or if you're white, especially when you're white and a man. So you have those as well. And also there's an imbalance because women want a provider and protector most of the time. That's what I have seen. That's my experience from dating. That women want generally a man who makes a little bit more money, but when we are competing with each other, because we all make similar money, that is not really the case anymore. So you also have that problem. And dating is, yeah, it is over. It is genuinely over. Uh, People, and that's not only men and women, and not only women. That is men also. Horrendous expectations. I'm gonna say it. We also have awful expectations of women. Not only women have that. Um. In addition to that, the people that you can date it gets progressively worse. It just gets progressively worse because the people available also suck. So it is this. The difference is men no women to date. Women get a lot of men that they could date, but all those options usually suck. So we pretty much have nothing versus way too much that is pretty much that goes nowhere. Pretty much.
areas over the last few decades. So, do I want to have a partner? Yes. But do I want to go through all of this again? Not right now. So, you want to get married, you have to date, you want to date, you have to work, you want to work, you have to go to school. This is where a lot of male problems begin. I'm not saying that schoolgirls have it easy, but the last few decades, schoolboys have been treated like they are defective. In third grade, I used to finish my work before the other kids, and I would get up and move around, and they told me that was not okay, so they medicated me. When I got a little older, the other boys would start fights, and I went to the authorities to do the right thing, and they punished both of us. So then I took matters into my own hands, and they punished just me because of these policies. They don't let boys just
Yeah,
fight it out.
that's a horrendous policy. Now that does not only apply to boys, that also applies to girls. Where when you do the right thing, you're still getting your ass beat by teachers. So what's the point? You might as well not do anything. If people beat each like if you get attacked and like in school you get into a fight and instead of fighting you go and tell a teacher, if you get punished, might as well keep fighting because I'm getting punished anyways.
Anymore. Those types of policies are not setting young boys up for success. They punish the way that we natively look at the world. It definitely messed me up a little, and that was
I heard from a fairly renowned professor that is no longer alive, also a lady, a really intelligent woman, um, that technically boys should go to school 2 years later than girls, because boys are a bit slower in development than girls, and I do see that. I definitely do see that. Boys want to move around a lot more than girls, a lot more. So yeah, it's interesting to see that once you finally like know the material and you look at like how kids behave and you realize, oh, something isn't quite right. We are applying how girls behave to boys, which is harming the boys because they are not girls.
30 years ago, and I have no idea what's going on now. When we get older and go to college, there are all kinds of things in place to help girls that are not available for boys, and they say that it's there to correct problems, but I don't think those problems exist anymore. So, as we are accumulating what we need to
Me neither. When I look right now at all this stuff, that feminists are crying about, you are not talking about anything that is so meaningful that it could turn women's lives around. You are not talking about anything that is like, you are not like going to like countries where feminism is genuinely needed. You're not doing that. Because now has become a game for dominance and not a game of balance, so to speak.
succeed in life, boys are getting less of a head start than they used to, which is, I think, one of the contributing reasons for why they say they have Peter Pan syndrome and they never grow up. I think it starts here. When we get into the workplace, there are similar programs that benefit women and not men. And that's an issue because women want to make equal money to men, but then they also want men to make more and support them, and you can't have both. Additionally, the culture has
So here's my idea, right? I think the Peter Pan syndrome is a result of not being given the chance to take responsibility in a younger age. Which, if you drop out of school, you won't get that. You need to have, especially young people nowadays, to have them get to. Wait, let me rephrase that. You need to have young people receive the chance to take responsibility. Otherwise, they will never grow up.
has become very inhospitable towards men, and again, the way that men communicate and behave.
Yeah, that is hashtag the Me Too situation. To the point it got so bad, that male colleagues were avoiding their female colleagues, and they reversed pretty much what they wanted, which is more women being hired in certain positions, because now men were afraid to hire women because women may lie about what happened to them in the workplace. Also, DEI, he should also bring up bridge, because that's the core issue.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but the economy is getting pretty bad, and even though that affects everybody, men are the ones who are expected to pay, so this puts us at an increasing disadvantage comparative to women as we age. Then when we get out into the dating world, if you don't have any money, that's going to be a problem. If you can't compete on the dating apps, which most men cannot, that's going to be a problem. If you're not okay with her having an OnlyFans or an Instagram or whatever, it's going to take some women off the table because they have so much attention. So a lot of men are playing catch up at this point in life when that didn't used to be the case. So our parents and
When they say, like, which I also find interesting, and I'm gonna quote somebody here. A lot of men who wanna be with a woman, who wanna start a family with a woman, they run away. Why do they run away? Because they don't have the things that they want to give you most of the time. A lot of men get cold feet because they don't have the money to take care of you. They don't have the money to give you what you want. They don't have the money to have a family. They don't have the money to. They don't have their dream job. They're not there where they want to be. So they need to. When you are there, pretty much like when you are there to marry and have a family, they are below that because they need to catch up. They can catch up. Most office places don't allow romance and dating coworker, which is understandable. I think that is understandable. However, it also takes like a place away for people to meet, because a lot of people still meet via friends or via the workplace. So those men get cold feet. It's not that they don't want to be with you, it's that they need to catch up first. A lot of women also don't see that a lot of men have to catch up, because men don't have a biological clock. We have a success clock, and for a lot of men, those are ticking very early.
grandparents did not have any of these problems. They just sort of grew up, got jobs, and married whoever was nearby. Have you ever thought of it like, would your mother have married your father if she had Tinder? Would she have chosen
Absolutely fucking not. I can 100% say absolutely fucking not.
him? There's stuff going on in these phases of life for us that would have been unheard of even one generation ago. I once had a job where I worked with a girl. We had the same job. I had more experience. We had layoffs, and later she matched with me on Bumble and came to hook up. And I said, would you like to continue doing this? And she told me that I didn't have my life together enough. We were living in the same place, in the same job market, and we came from the same job, and I had more experience. And she was getting 120K a year to do some like women's leadership job or something, and I was driving for Uber. So, I think a lot of people are really underestimating how much easier this makes things. So then if you can actually get to this point, you as a man, you have to take everything that you've managed to put together over the course of your life and put it all on the table for someone who is
Yeah, the harsh truth is you receive the gold star. The harsh truth is that men have to do a lot more to get a partner than women. That's just the harsh truth. And I guess that's a gift, man. I guess you have it easy in that department. The problem is just that the distance, like the difference between those two, is now it's not like small. It's like a fucking canyon. Because, like, here in Germany, people are very money focused, okay? Women are very money focused. That's just German culture. Can't do much. I need to make a lot of money. I need to have a good job. I need to have a car. Car is one that is insane, by the way, here. If you don't have a car, you are fucked in the ass. If you want to have a partner, pretty much, you're dead. Don't even attempt to date, which I have made the experience that doesn't work for me anymore. um, what's really important is, what do your parents work? What do your parents own? That is also an important one. It is insane here.
Probably not doing the same. Even though women are not having a hard time in the workplace, men are still generally expected to provide, while women generally keep more of their money for themselves. We've all heard, my money is my money, his money is my money. I found
No. It goes different. It goes different. Her money is hers. His money is our money. I see that in the relationship of my big brother, where he pays everything and she pays nothing, or close to nothing. Sucks, huh?
this great little video about that.
But I just have a quick question. My husband won't see all of my accounts, right? I have like 8 different bank accounts, but my husband only knows about 2 of them. I've just been secretly saving for years in case I ever need to. No, say no more. I don't need to see those statements, so as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist.
Yeah, so I don't love the idea that my wife might be hiding.
Okay. I made it very simple, and like, if I had the option to change that, I would. If you were hiding money, in the case of a divorce, courts should make it so that you will receive nothing from the man, because you were already preparing for the divorce. It was already planned that you would divorce him. And I don't get this idea, okay? I'm a ride or die guy. Whatever it is, if it is not infidelity, if it's not infidelity, I can deal with everything, except if you cheat. That's gonna be over. That is the relationship over. I can fix everything. I will attempt to fix everything. Physical abuse, I will attempt to fix that. Stealing, I will attempt to fix that. It may take a while, but I will attempt to fix that. I don't get how people can live like with the idea that they eventually gonna divorce the person. Like, they already know that they will divorce the person that they are gonna marry. I don't get it. I don't get it. If someone is planning on getting divorced, why even marry? Exactly. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Which is why I said it's gonna be a ride or die, or it's gonna be nothing. I will attempt to fix anything but cheating. That I want to fix, but aside from that, I will attempt to fix any issue that exists. As long as my wife or my girlfriend communicates that, I will fix it. Just shaking my head.
Hiding money. Of course, I'm not allowed to do that. All of my money has to be on the table, and there's about a 1/3 chance that you're going to be taking it to party with other dudes in the house that I bought for you.
The problem is also that we live now in an economy, for example, here in Germany, we live in an economy where you can't survive on one income. Because you can't even get an apartment. Like I said, I've said it in another time in a different stream. Women out there, young women, have to prostitute themselves to just have the chance of getting an apartment. Because, first of all, that's how inaccessible apartments right now. And that's how expensive how apartments are right now. You cannot survive on one income anymore. That doesn't work anymore. That did work. When one party wasn't working. But now, since both parties have to work, because the government wanted more taxes, well, it is what it is.
Divorce laws have changed too. You used to need a really good reason to get divorced, but now it can happen just because someone is not happy.
I'm gonna be honest, straight up. They should bring that back and bring genuine reasons for divorce. I mean, like physical abuse, stealing, cheating, violence in general, because they're not just physical abuse but emotional abuse. Like actual reasons. Not being happy is not a reason to divorce. I think not being happy you can fix. That is something you can fix. Because marriage is a commitment. You're not going to be happy all the time. That's not how this works. You're not going to be in love with your partner all the time. There will be days or weeks or a longer period where that love will just glow very faintly. And there will be weeks, months, years where that love will be very strong. If you are unhappy, talk with your partner. Find out what is making you unhappy. Everything has a cause and therefore a solution.
They even write songs about it. Check this out. I have to mute it for copyright. I'll read it to you. Might be the only guy who didn't send me hearted eyes in reply to my latest story. We work well on paper. We don't argue. We don't fight. But lighting scented candles just won't relight up our fire. And right there she goes, ah. It ain't that bad. It's just not what I wanted. Don't want to live this life half-hearted. Hang on, here it comes. I want fireworks and flames. Don't want safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough. That ain't love. This is
These motherfuckers do not know what love is. There's a difference in being in love and loving somebody. Loving somebody is a choice. Being in love with somebody is to me is idolization. I idolize them. Loving somebody is a choice. I pick this person to spend my entire life with, no matter what happens. That's how I see love. It's a commitment. I hate this shit. Did you know that being in love is one of the worst indicators of a successful partnership? You know what actually is, because people say opposites attract, right? That's a fucking lie. It's quite the opposite. The most the best indicator for a successful relationship is common interests. It's similarities.
the squircle of unconsciousness. It represents how people don't know how relationships work, and so they think the relationship is going to go like this, and then it turns a corner. I think she's at the dissatisfied part. You can't have everything is exciting all the time. Good choices are boring. No relationships are going to be fun the whole time. They're all going to have spots where there's no fire.
They want all the benefits of a relationship, but they don't want the responsibilities of a relationship. And that does not only go for women, that also goes for men. I don't get this. Maybe because I have a stable family around me all the time, so I understand what's important, what isn't. Like I said, I personally don't get it. Like this being all jumpy and switching partners all the time and looking for that flame. Fuck that flame. I've said it before. Smoking faithful is better than smoking hot. And I'll stay by that.
But she don't want safe, tame, practical. That ain't enough. That's not even love. Look how passionate she is about dumping her husband. That's real, I can spot a faker. And she even sings about other men giving her googly eyes on her Instagram stories. So, this girl is what I would call an excitement chaser. She starts out her new relationships excited, and over time gets bored when they're not chaotic, and then by the time we notice she's bored, she's already got a new guy lined up, and this has pretty nasty effects on us. So, your relationship satisfaction is going to change over time, but your stability is not supposed to. That's what marriage is, that's what it's for. Even when you start feeling like things are not as fun, you have to remember that commitments are what gets you through the swings. I actually have a little theory that this takes about a year. Obviously, we get up and go to sleep with the sun, and women have changes in their hormones and emotions with the moon, and I think that a year is the amount of time that it takes to find somebody and have that strong emotional connection, get pregnant, and have a child. It's about 1 year altogether. And this girl is making a spiritual experience out of a biological process, and she's allowed to end the marriage over it. So it's not that I don't want a partner, it's just that a lot of us don't have what we need to build a partnership, and even if we get it, it could fall apart immediately. She could squircle herself into believing it's not love and have a phone in her pocket with 1,400 horny guys on it.
Yeah, again, I can see where he's coming from, and from the experience of like dates I've been on, I agree that this is very spontaneous. When a lady does change her perspective, that's just how it is. I think a lot of that has also to do, and I think that he ignores that fact, is how much like the birth control pill fucks up women's hormones. I do think that does have some influence. We already know that it does have some influence with how women choose partners. Um and then they don't like their partner once they are off the pill, pretty much. Fun fact here. You can like a guy as a woman, you can like a guy. You can like a guy. That's a unique fact I learned, but you can like a guy until the first kiss. And then you there's a chance you don't like the guy. Biologically speaking, it's your what's the word? It's your immune system rejecting the guy's immune system. So you can be perfectly fine, like a guy, find the guy great, but then your immune system says, "Ugh, that doesn't work," which is like a totally normal thing. So not everything is like, "Huh? Why did she switch up on me?" She switched up on you because the immune system said, "Nah, bro, you disgusting." little side fact. But yeah, I think in general he does have a lot of points. He does have a lot of points. Um, it's nothing new that I have seen. It's like more stuff that I pretty much have experienced. But then again, I am not like the regular guy in this. I don't have like I do have even worse issues than this. But that's just me. I'm not the average dude who tries to just find a partner, in a sense. But yeah, that was a good video. A bit. You know, I like the drawings. I think this channel is pretty solid, actually.